All right, ready, set, go.
Didn't I tell you this was going to get out of hand?
Well, yeah, it's funny you say that because I come down. I usually about when there's 5 minutes left, I come down,
Yeah.
start getting ready, and then as soon as I came down the stairs, that's when stuff started happening, and I was like, well, Jay called it,
Yeah.
and I.
Yeah.
And actually, at about 10 minutes left, I saw it coming, and I was like, wow. I mean, that being said, Sarnia Sting, holy pucks, Batman. Sarnia Sting were able to hold them off. It's still 3-2.
It was not a good period for us.
But
not at all.
And honestly, both teams struggled in this one. Like I think,
I don't know. I think Sudbury started finding, a little bit of energy that they had that they used.
Yeah.
And I think for me it was a matter of the Sting came out and it was back to the same pace was not there.
Not like in the first period.
No, they weren't driving the pace. And
did it feel like there was a little, what's the word I want to say? Like lack of structure this time.
Yeah, very much.
It felt like they were kind of all over the place.
We were falling on, in open ice. And,
how about line changes?
Oh, dude.
Right?
It was just bad. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, you can't go 10 seconds with, doing all these extra line changes. Like, you can't do it. You can't put a line on the ice and let them play.
Here's where I come from on this. Well, honestly, anything hockey, you gotta always kind of think well, there must be a reason. Like if they're making line changes that quickly, what's the reasoning behind it? Is there a strategy involved in this?
Well, that's a good question. I can't think of a strategy why they're doing that because we gave up so many opportunities because literally we'd be getting some forward momentum. We'd put a 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 kind of forward rush when we should have an extra guy or two coming up behind the play. They're skating off.
Yeah.
And the guys in the bench coming over the thing, but they're slow. Like, they're not happening. It's not crisp, number one.
Yeah.
Right? In order to give us that firepower, whichever way we're going, whether we're changing on defense or we're changing on offense. But on offense, you want to get some fresh legs out there. I get it. But not at the expense of the play. And if you've got a really strong opportunity, that's not the right time.
Well, and I didn't really see a lot of, again, I go back to that word structure. I didn't see any plays.
Sure.
It didn't seem like, it looked like they were trying to get some set up there, but they just, they weren't even getting halfway there.
There was one point, Dave, where I looked, and it was literally every 10 seconds we had some guys, whether it was changing offense, changing defense, in 10 seconds we'd be back to changing offense again. You know what? You can't just keep cycling players. You can't build anything with your players on the ice if they're not on the ice, if they're constantly.
Okay, so with post-game press conference coming up.
Yeah.
What's the J question?
Well, the J question is, are they happy with the line changes? And if not, how are you going to improve those?
Yeah.
Because I honestly think that we're missing some opportunities because our line changes are not clean.
Okay, so
and maybe a little too frequently. I get it in the latter part of a game. If you've got a bunch of guys and they're tired, you want to get them off, get them doing something, get them on, get them doing something, get them off, get some fresh legs on there. I get that, right? But you got, 4 lines of forwards for a reason. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can't. I'm just having my question is, why would you sacrifice opportunity for a line change?
So what's the question?
I don't know. There's a bunch of them in there.
Yeah. I think
Are we happy with the line changes?
Are you happy with the line changes, or is that an area that you feel that the team
could be some improvement.
could improve on? Whew. That was complicated.
Fair enough. Well, I don't know. Like
No, I get it. I know what you're saying. There's a lot happening there, right? And I think when whoa, look at that bee coming, dude, like coming right at us.
Yeah. It's gonna take out that poor guy.
Like, blimp. Yeehaw! I hope I get to fly it soon. I'll just stand right here. And I'm sorry, what were we saying? And then crash, boom, bang, and then it's all over. Squirrel. There's still opportunity. I mean, obviously, there's a third period coming up. Different camera. There's still.
That's my friend Christine, by the way.
Yeah, she's my friend first.
Shut up.
She plays pool with my wife.
I've known her for 25 years.
I've known her for 25 and a half. No, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Obviously, still opportunity with a third period coming out here.
Agreed.
But and it's honestly your fault that wasn't a good second period, because you said that the second periods are not our best strength, so you jinxed it.
Well, it's not a strength.
It's not.
And that
third periods tend
it.
to be, though.
Yes.
So, I mean, every period should be equal in a perfect world, but let's hope that they can come back out and bring that Sarnia Sting third period action into play here. And this is one of those times where it's fundamentals.
Yep.
It's such a hard word for people to understand,
for sure.
right? Fundamentals. Get back to the basics of this.
And
slow
you
down.
can't be complacent. You can't just take your foot off the gas and say, "Oh, well, we're up by one. We can just coast our way through 20 minutes of hockey," because that never works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think you got to keep the throttle on, get that pace back up, and score at every chance.
So we've talked a bit about what we need to see out there, but as the coach now, from a coach standpoint, is this a motivational speech time? Is this like, guys, give your head a shake and you know what you need to do time? What are you projecting to the players over the next 9 minutes?
Honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. Like, I think, when you see the game sort of slipping on you, you got to have that motivational speech that, who wants it? You know what? I will put anybody on the ice who really wants to play hard and win this game. Show me you want to win this game. That's the motivational speech part.
Okay.
And then you got to have that conversation about, a little bit of structure about how are we going to do that, right? And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to drive the pace. We're going to pick it up. We need to be quicker to the puck, right? We need to play more in their zone. We got to stop having those cheesy little blind passes, just trying to clear it out of our end, because then we're coughing it up in the neutral zone and they're right back on us, right? I mean, you want to break, get it in the forward zone, let the forwards do what they do best. Let them have some shots.
Let them take it forward.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if I know Coach Letang, he is probably saying something similar, but he's also, especially on the point where you're saying, like, I will put on the ice who wants it. There were times last year we saw plays happening, and then I overheard people say, well, why didn't they put so-and-so back in there now that they were, and he clearly said in post, you don't get to just show up when it's a good time. You got to show up all the time.
Yeah.
And if you're not putting the effort in out there, I'm not putting you on the ice.
Well, and I got to say, it's a struggle for me because in this particular game, I want to say, frankly, one of the shining people so far, honestly, in this game has been Ryan Mast. And frankly, if he's the best player we got going on the ice right now, we need to step up our game a little bit.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but he's had a good game. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think there's been some really good moments. He's had some strong play defensively, and I find he's playing his role a little better at the moment, at least right now. So thank you, Ryan, for listening to me.
All right. Well, because I guarantee you at the end of every period, they go back to the locker room
That's
and
right.
they're like,
and they're just
watching
this.
Some of them do watch. I know Max watches
Yeah.
occasionally.
Yeah.
Goes back and says, "What the heck are those?"
Well,
two
he's
talking
had a
about?"
couple. He's had a couple of really good games.
He has.
And frankly, I think he's still one of our go guys, and he's doing it in this game.
He showed up here. Well,
Sure, he did.
He was the one that he took the goal away from, right?
Yeah.
I think it was. So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll see what comes out here. Of course, post-game press conference.
What?
I can't talk.
Is it
post-game press conference? Slow it down, right?
There
Think
you
it
go.
through. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
we'll be
we
there. I'll see if I get a chance to ask the question
Sure.
about the lineup, the J question.
Line changes, yeah.
I think I'm going to tell them that it's you all the time. I haven't said
for sure.
fan J Peckham. I just say there's a fan that has a question.
You know what? You can blame it on me. I'll take it.
No, because then I'm guilty by association. I don't want to be part of that, right? I gotta work here all the time. All right, we'll see what happens. Post-game press conference, of course, with select players and maybe some coaches. We'll see what that comes about. But first, in the next 5 minutes coming up, the Sarnia Sting will be back up out here. The swarm warning is about to happen once again. We'll see them hold on to it, come out further ahead. We'll talk about it later. With the Sarnia Sting, I'm David Burrows and my friend, Jay Peckham.
Go, Sting, go!